What's poppin'? What's dropping? This your boy live and direct in absolute full effect. Out the 832. Y'all already know how Jimmy J Smooth do. I wanted to do a live video on my fellow black women. And I just wanted to send a message to black women between the ages of 16 and 30. Now, I wanted to do this series because I want every young black person to know that I really, from the bottom of my heart, want to see black people succeed. Black women and black men, young black men all together, Even though I'm a relatively young black man, so it is what it is. And I want to see y'all succeed. And it don't matter, you know. I'm biggity biggity black, y'all, and I'm not fake in the funk when it comes to my biggity biggity black, y'all. So it is what it is. So my first message to young black women is, and it's not in no particular order, but I'm gonna do my thing. And one of the first things you need to be focused on if you're under the age of 18 is make sure you get a diploma. And your number one goal should be getting a diploma. Get a diploma, get a diploma, get a diploma. Graduate from high school. Graduate from high school should be your number one goal if you're under the age of 18. If once you get that accomplished, or if and when you get that accomplished in no particular order, one thing young black women, between the ages of 16 and 30 need to start learning is one of these things. And some of this stuff is going to go hard and it's going to hurt your feelings. So I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings, but it is what it is. And I got to say it is, before you start chasing boys and start going through your attention horse stage or whatnot, because at some point women gonna want attention, and they gotta find out if all attention is good attention. So that's one of the things women gonna have to find out before you dabble into that. What you need to do is, number one, and this is talking about relationships and stuff like that, on the relationship side of the order, not in particular order anyway, is, first of all, don't be so quick to listen to, because a lot of your mothers fall in this category, but I'm speaking for aunties, grandmothers, cousins, or even fucking sisters. Don't listen to your angry ass adult friends, angry ass mothers, angry ass aunties and grandmas and shit like that. Because a lot of those women give you bad relationship advice. And I'm not saying don't listen to them entirely, because everybody has some type of wisdom, whether they see it or not, realize it or not. Everybody has some type of wisdom. I'm not saying dismiss everything they say, but you're going to have to get to the point, because you're becoming 16, 17, 18. You're going to have to dismiss a lot of what women tell you about relationships, because a lot of what these women tell you is more of their bitterness more than it is their actual wisdom. If you want to learn about relationships, number one, get with a woman that, one, is in a happy marriage. That's key. If you want to learn something about a relationship, get with somebody that's in a successful marriage. Those are the first women you want to listen to. These women who always talk about niggas ain't shit, always talking about that her baby daddy ain't shit, baby daddy number one, number two ain't shit. Don't listen to those heifers. You know what I'm saying? That's first and foremost. Also, what you also need to do is you need to get with men who ain't trying. You need to get with men, and I say get with men in terms of learn game from a man who is not trying to get into your draws. That's key. I'm not saying learn game from a simp that's not trying. Learn game from a simp that's not trying to get into your draws, because there's a difference between the two, and y'all know the difference between a simp and a dude that got some type of game. But learn some game from these dudes out here. You know, that don't mean you can't learn game from other guys, but take advice from guys that ain't trying to get in your draws, because sometimes dudes' judgment clouds himself if he's trying to get in your draws. So learn game from guys who ain't trying to get in your draws, and this goes for 16 to 30 years old. Learn some game from those guys. You know, some women end up becoming mentored by guys who just have their best interests at heart. You know, you don't gotta necessarily learn game from a gay dude just to learn some game, but learn some game from a guy that ain't so impressed by your vagina. You know what I'm saying? Get with a guy that, learn some game from a guy that's willing to show you the ropes about the game. Because there are some guys out there, you'll be surprised, of guys who are not trying to get in your draws. Because every guy don't want to fuck you. It's every guy who's attracted to you wants to fuck you. Get that one motherfucking thing straight. Every guy don't want to fuck you. Every guy that is attracted to you wants to fuck you. You have to realize that. And there are some genuine guys that really be like, hey, they can see a pretty face and be like, I already got this at home, or, be professional. So learn some game, whether it's about life, about your future occupation, whatever you try to learn. Because some of your best teachers are usually guys or women that are in happy marriages or in happy relationships. So if every time you look up, there's a woman that's always talking negative about another black man, don't even take a lot of the shit she say with a grain of salt. Don't take no relationship advice from her. That's first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? So, and here's another thing. Just because I say learn game from men that ain't trying to get into your draws, that don't mean you can't learn game from exes and current boyfriends or something like that. You should definitely get with a guy that's on top of his game, or that's trying to teach you knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, which is what game is. Because life is a game. You know what I'm saying? Because there's difference between lacing you with game and running game on you. You know what I'm saying? So there's a major difference between. Learn the difference between the two. And definitely read a lot of good books. One particular book I would suggest is Play or Be Played by Tariq Nasheed. I would definitely recommend that book to all black women that's trying to, be on top of their shit. So definitely learn some game from that particular book as well. And, read, financial self-help books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad. A lot of Robert Kiyosaki's books is very helpful, to get your finances straight. So main thing is you got a lot to learn. Now, if you're the oldest child in the family, you're going to have a lot of challenges ahead of you because you are the oldest child of the family. But don't be don't be frustrated, because usually the oldest child is going to have the most responsibility of all the siblings in a lot of cases. Sometimes the middle child, sometimes the youngest child have the responsibility because all the older siblings fucked up in life. You know what I'm saying? Because as I've once said before, usually your most successful family members are usually going to be the youngest or the oldest. It's rare that it's in between. But I digress with that point. But if you're the oldest person in the family, you're the oldest girl in the family. You want to make sure you have your shit together, you know, and you know, set the example for the younger siblings and stuff like that. So definitely learn some game, you know, before definitely learn some game before getting that cap and gown, before getting your diploma. Learn from your uncles, you know, learn some game from your uncles. Learn some game from your father. You know what I'm saying? If you have a, you know, building relationships, and don't believe everything your mom says about your father. That's another thing you need to come to the conclusion of, because your father could really, you know, lace you with some game. Because one thing about dudes, we're not gonna shoot the shit about other dudes. That's one thing about us, especially if we were a family member and don't don't look at our family in a sexual way, because there are some perverts out here. You know, I understand there's a lot of fuckery that goes on in black society, which I don't co-sign, but nevertheless, learn some game from some of your uncles. Learn some game from some of you know, from your dad and stuff like that. Whatever your dad don't teach, learn from your uncle. Learn from some of your cousins and stuff like that. Your male cousins in the family. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can learn game from a neighbor. You know what I'm saying? If your neighbors ain't trying to hit on you, you know, but don't be scared to learn game. You know what I'm saying? Now, the best time to probably learn a little game is, you know, from some of your classmates in high school. You know what I'm saying? If you're not the loose coochie Lucy of the high school, then, you know, just learn some game from some of your male classmates. You know, you'll be surprised of what type of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding other classmates will drop on you. You know, learn some. If you're not the oldest, you might be the second oldest of the family. You know, learn some game from big brother. You know, you can learn some game from little brother if he, you know, if he's mature enough and stuff like that. So that's, you know, that's one of the things you need to come to the conclusion of. Another thing you need to do is, like I told my young black men, I would say start off with a trade first before going to college. But if you in a situation to where you feel like you need to go to college, then I say go for it. You know, sometimes junior college is the best route in a lot of cases. But, you know, just like any other black person, I would tell them to take up a trade, master that trade, and bam, go to college from that point. That way you'll have a source of income rolling in to go along with your future college degree. You know, and if you feel like you just need to go to college, you know, try junior college or whatnot. Because everybody can't, you know, everybody is not four-year university material and stuff like that. But if you feel like you four-year university material, then go for it. But I understand the financial cost that, you know, that it could come with. Sometimes some of you women want to go to nursing school. Some of you women want to go to medical school and stuff like that. I get that. And you're trying to get your money on. But, you know, have a trade in your back pocket. You know, definitely I would suggest have a trade in your back pocket. Now with women, and I've said this for many years, as well as my homeboy Tariq Nasheed have said, women actually are anywhere from 7 to 10 years more mature than men, especially black women to black men, because of, you know, the epidemic of the single mother household, which have really, for the most part, dumbed down a lot of black men. And again, I'm not having a pissing contest. Hold on for a second. Shit. Okay. Well, I'm not having a pissing contest on black mothers and stuff like that, so don't come on my shit talking about I'm bashing black women. That's not what I'm doing, because I'm actually sending a message to black women, so get the fuck off my shit. You know, so anyway, you know, I you know, just like in the message to young black men, you know, I'm having similar messages, but your messages might be a little different. if you're going to end up in school or college or whatnot, and here's the reality factor, because I don't expect no woman to play the virgin role or play Virgin Mary or whatnot, the untouchable, and y'all know where I'm going with this. I'm not saying you got to go out there and give every Dick, Tom, and Harry your pussy. I am not saying that by any other circumstances. But I say, number one, you should probably focus on school first. But I'm just gonna say it like it is, and it's gonna be very raunchy when I say this shit. I do know the factor. Your coochie's gonna get wet at some point, and you gonna want some dick. But I'm saying this: if you gonna give up some ass or give up some coochie, I'm just gonna have to go and say it out there. Say it, tell it like it is. I suggest you date much older than what you are. And I'm not telling women underage to date any grown ass men. That's not what I'm telling you. This particular message is for 18 and up women. You should at least try to date guys at least 7, in some cases 10 to 15 years older than you. Again, and I'm going to repeat this again. This is not for the under 18 women. It's for the 18 and up women. It's for the legal, not borderline legal, not almost legal. No, not almost legal. I'm talking about women who are legal. Your best bet, if you want any kind of game, if you want any kind of comfortable dating situation, first of all, what you need to do is you need to vet the nigga you dealing with. That's first and foremost. Because it ain't no point in you dating a 30-year-old nigga and this nigga got 4 baby mamas. That's just a waste of time. You wasting your damn time, and you need to kick yourself in the ass if you end up with a nigga like that. But you know, if you got an older brother who's got his shit together, that's cool. I'm speaking for the women who are legal U.S. citizens, 18 and up. If you're going to get with guys if you're going to get with a guy, I don't suggest you get with guys in college. I'm just going to tell that like it is. You know, I don't suggest you do that. You know, now there are exceptions. The only exception I would say is if you got the future Stephen Curry, that may be a little different. And y'all motherfuckers know when a dude is going somewhere and when a dude ain't going nowhere. So don't give me this shit about you didn't know. Fuck out of here with that dumb shit. But if you have a feeling that this dude might not be the best, just date older guys. Date guys who've already gotten their degrees, already graduated from college, already got their shit together. You know, and my suggestion is to go after guys much older. And I'm speaking to college women who have already got their cap and gown, and cap and gown as far as high school cap and gown and going to college. If you're going to date anybody, you need to date much older, because dating dudes that's at your college is going to be a waste of time for the most part, especially if he's not one of those athletes that's going to go nowhere, or he's not anybody that's going to go anywhere. You know, I suggest you go for older guys. Go for much older. You know, I say vet them first. Definitely vet them. Definitely make sure they ain't just all about trying to get some wet pussy. Yes, I'm just gonna say it. You know, some of you women gonna probably cut this shit off at the wet pussy part, but vet these dudes. Get some game about you. Read some books on how men, how a lot of these dudes, all they want is coochie. And there's guys out there for sure that all they want is coochie. So a lot of your shit your mama saying ain't far fetched. But if she's saying all niggas ain't shit, bitch, that's not what we hear about. Because if you want to be the next hood rat, be my guest. just turn it off at this 19-second going on 20-minute mark. Please just turn it off at this point if that's what you believe. But what I will say is, go after dudes who are much older than you. You know what I'm saying? Go after dudes who are already established. You know what I'm saying? I would avoid, if I was a woman that's coming into college, I would avoid dude with kids, because you can, especially in today's black men, you can find quite a few black men that don't have children over the age of 27, 30, over the age of 30. I'm one of those guys that does not have any children. You know, I got lucky I didn't have children, but for the most, I don't have children. You know, because guys with children can be a pain in the ass unless he got the income to, and at some point you're gonna get familiar with a guy's finances. You know, because a lot of you women, well, I'm not all about the money, but at some point you're gonna find out a nigga's finances, and you know, let's not play that little shit game. Let's not play that game. But if you're gonna end up with a dude, date much older. That's my suggestion in college. Otherwise, get your goddamn books in them. Get your head in them motherfucking books. You know, enjoy your life and do everything you want to do. Take the time while you don't have kids. Well, a nigga ain't got you handcuffed, because I'm pretty sure when you go to that college, everybody gonna be trying to handcuff you, especially if you look like some, or hell, even if you don't look like nothing and you got a big old ass, nigga gonna try to handcuff you. So just focus on your get into them goddamn books. Put your head in the motherfucking books and get those cap and gowns. But what you need to do while you're young, and while you have the opportunity to do so, is take trips. You know, if you got some cool little girlfriends that ain't jealous of you, because there's a lot of you women out. There's a lot of women out. It's a significant number of women that's be on some everybody ain't straight bullshit. I'm not talking about you, but I'm talking about women that that wants a good future and has a good future ahead of them, but they might not know where to go. Take some girl trips with your homegirls, with your cool little homegirls. Take some little girl trips. Travel. Like I tell the men, take a little trip to Jamaica. Take a little trip to Mexico. You know, go on a singles cruise. You know, if you're looking for a dude and you feel like you're mature enough, because women do mature faster. Women do mature faster than men. You know, that's a fact. You know, then, you know, take all the trips that you would imagine. Go on a singles cruise. Go on a singles mixers. Do those little shit. Do those things out there. But have all the fun you possibly can have, but don't get reckless with it. Don't be partying to where your GPA, you get on academic probation. You know, don't party to where you can't even find a job. You know, have your fun, but don't fuck it up. That's my thing. And again, if you got to take up a trade, then go to college. Because sometimes, you know, people offer scholarships, but it's like, shit, we can't live off that little bullshit scholarship. So we got to do, we got to do a little working. Fine. You know, work your little side job, bam. You know, if you're going on a 4-year college, you know, pay your little dorm expenses, or, you know, get a little trade going first, and then, you know, hey, then go to school, you know. So it is what it is with that, man. So definitely, you know, have your fun. Don't be so quick to have children out here. You know, don't be so quick to have children. I mean, I know a lot of women 18, 21, that's when the babies really start popping, especially among black women. You know, that, you know, that 17 to 22, 23 age range, that's when the babies really get popping and dropping. Don't be so quick to have children. Again, unless you got somebody that you know that's gonna hold it down, I say don't I say shit. I want to say the same thing for women, but it's gonna be a little different. I say 25 and up should be your ready to make a baby making time, and I'm just being. I say if you can wait till 27, that'll be a good thing. But I understand women do have a biological clock like guys. I mean, biological clock unlike guys do, because guys can have kids up until they're 55 if they're healthy. So the window to have kids for a guy is much greater than women, you know. And the longer a woman waits, I'll say towards that after early 30s, it becomes a health risk at that point. You know what I'm saying? So I say 25, 20, 27, 25. You know, I'm not saying become the bitter critter black woman before you have kids. You know, I can't recommend that same advice. You know, I can almost recommend that advice, but not quite. You know what I'm saying? But after you get through taking your trips, your single mixers and stuff like that, you know, be sure to make sure the dude that you're dating or the dude that you're having a kid with, you know, I suggest you just be married before you start having kids. And this is not just for religious reasons, it's a number of different reasons. You know, make sure the dude is financially stable. Again, you people, you know, women's gonna get familiar with the dude's finances. That's just the facts. You're gonna get familiar with the dude's finances. So make sure the dude ain't no dusty, rusty, crusty, mouth ass Negro, smelling like ass and orange juice up in this motherfucker. Make sure you don't get one of them bitch ass niggas. You know, before you start having kids or call yourself settling down and shit, make sure the dude got his shit together. That should be mandatory requirement. Can you provide for me? Even if you're making more money than the dude. Sometimes, in a lot of cases, a lot of black women are just making more money than a lot of these dudes out here. So, in that case, make sure the dude is at least got some ambition about himself. Because sometimes you'll run into a situation to where, you know, Michelle Obama has to hold down a Barack Obama in terms of job. You know, now I don't know how their personal relationships is as far as I'm concerned, but I know Michelle Obama for a long time was making more money than Barack. You know, and this, I'm just saying this for educational purpose and stuff like that. But you might have a situation where this dude have a lot of potential and you can hold that dude down, and then all of a sudden, bam, boom, he's doing his thing. So in that respect, have your in that respect, just make sure the dude that you're having a kid with, or you about to spend the rest of your life with, or you plan on spending the rest of your life with, are on the same page. You ain't gotta do no acrimony ass shit that Taraji P. Henson did in the end, damn near at the end of that fucking movie. You know, just make sure the dude you're procreating with is have his shit together. You know, I tell all women, just like I tell men, you shouldn't have kids until you're married. You know, and for a number of reasons. You don't want your kid to end up in no unstable ass environment. You know, you on one side of town and his daddy on one side. Who wants to go through that dumb ass shit? Who wants to be somebody's baby mama? Come on. You know, who wants to be somebody's baby mama? We gotta get out this mentality about, you know, let's have all them kids at once. Let's have them hurt. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. Whoever telling you that bullshit, you need to You need to slap them upside their goddamn head. But I say 25ish is more respectable. You know, 23 would be pushing it because a lot of women aren't financially stable, and then you might not have been graduated from college or nursing school or medical school or whatnot. So unless you got a guy that's gonna hold you down, then I suggest get all your stuff in order. Do everything that you want to do, and have all the fun you want to have. And then I say by the time 25, 27, 28, then start having your children, because you don't want to wait too long on that as a woman because of your biological clock. You know what I'm saying? And keep yourself up, ladies. You know, it's nothing wrong with keeping yourself up. It's nothing wrong with being a little sexy. Sometimes it's just good to be sexy for you and not for no other dude. You know, and there's nothing wrong, and there's no other sexy than grown woman sexy. A woman who knows she's sexy, you know, a woman who's keeping herself up. Because one thing about women, the thing is that if you keep yourself up as a woman, keep your hair situated, you know, some women can wear makeup, some women can't, you know, some women is meant to wear makeup, some women ain't. It all depends. Sometimes a woman can just throw on some lip gloss and damn, she's sexy as hell. But if you just keep yourself up, keep your hair done, you know, whether you got natural hair or you know, you shampooing your shit, or you know, doing a perm every once in a while, because I don't recommend you perpetually use a perm, you know, because you know fibroids can set in, from what I understand. I know it's unhealthy, you know, sometimes a good shampoo would do wonders, but that's another conversation for another time. But just keep yourself up, ladies. If you just keep yourself up and stay grown woman sexy, stay professional sexy, dudes will find you. You know, I hear this bullshit about a lot of men is intimidated by a successful black woman and shit like that. And, you know, I've heard this shit, and nobody's intimidated by your success. If a dude is secure with himself, he won't be intimidated by that. You know, and another thing is, don't be scared to, if you're looking for a guy, don't be scared to talk to the nigga, or at least let him know you're attracted to him. You know, get in his, you know, his area, his spacing, and you know, bat your eyes at him or something. You know, even spark up a conversation with him or something, or a blurt out or something. You know, because the thing is, you can't be complaining about, you know, you can't find a good man and you don't open your mouth. You know what I'm saying? You gotta communicate, or at least, you know, let him have an idea that you even interested in him. You know what I'm saying? Communication is better than procrastination. You know what I'm saying? So open your mouth. If you want to do, just open your mouth. Ain't nothing wrong with, you know, starting up a conversation. I ain't saying you gotta walk up to a dude and give him your number or nothing like that. I mean, there are some bold ass women out here, and I've had that before. You know what I'm saying? But at least let him know you're interested in you know, at least let him know you're interested in him, man. And again, vet the dude, man. There's nothing wrong with vetting guys, and there's nothing wrong with vetting guys, and you know, vetting guys before you take it to that next level. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with holding out to a certain degree. I ain't saying you gotta do that Steve Harvey shit, you know, because that's very unrealistic. But vet these dudes. You can vet these dudes. You know, women are smarter. Women, y'all are smarter than y'all think. Y'all are smarter than y'all think, man. And don't waste don't waste your best years with a motherfucker that don't even deserve a year with your motherfucking ass. Just to be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? So so my thing is y'all. So my thing with black women is just make sure your shit is in order before you decide to before you decide to get in the relationship game. You know what I'm saying? You know, nothing wrong with dating here and there and stuff like that, but make sure you live in your life. Make sure you get that cap and gown from high school, college, your medical school, your hair salon school, whatever you want to do, whatever you decide to do, be the best you can be. Not only that, after you get through graduating from your college, or you might just go straight into the workforce. That's even better. But I say try to take up a little trade. You know, learn a little trade and then, take it from there. I suggest all my young black people, especially black women, learn a trade. Get your money up and have your finances in order before you decide to bring a child in this world and before you start a family. Because you don't want to be the woman that be like, well, I sacrificed this for you. You don't want to be in that predicament. You want to be able to say, hey, I was able to live my young life. I was able to grow up before I was able to find a husband. You want to be in that predicament more than anything. So live your life. Live your life, but don't, live it in recklessness, I should say. So it is what it is. So if I have any other thoughts that I can think about, I'll do a part 2 of this video. Other than that, man, this your boy, live and direct in full effect out the 832. Y'all already know how I do. Peace out.